It's that time of year again. The Steam Winter Sale is live, and there are so many great titles available for cheap. I figured I'd share what I see as great deals based on my time playing said games. So sit back, relax, and let's save some money. Or at least add to your ever-growing backlog, but on the cheap. First game that caught my attention is Sons of the Forest, currently listed at $9.29, a whopping 69% off from its usual price of $29.99. Sons of the Forest is a horror survival game. You and your friends are survivors of a helicopter crash on a remote island that is home to mutants hellbent on ending your life. There's a mystery to uncover, or if you're like me, you can find a nice spot and set up camp, cutting down trees to build your walls and home. It's like Minecraft, but with more gore. I highly suggest this title if you're looking for a scary good time with friends. Next up is Mega Bonk, selling for $7.49, 25% off its usual price of $9.99. The latest roguelike to take the world by storm, Mega Bonk is essentially Vampire Survivors, but in 3D. The concept is simple: survive as long as you can. Along the way, you'll get powers and new characters to make your future runs more successful. You'll easily find yourself devoting hours upon hours of time to this one. It's already usually cheap, but at this price, it's truly a no-brainer. Helldivers 2 was my personal game of the year in 2024. You're a lowly cog in the war machine of Super Earth, facing off against aliens, giant bugs, and robots as you defend managed democracy, and the way of life for all those back on Super Earth. The action is silly and over the top while remaining engaging. Each encounter with an enemy could mean death or glorious victory. You unlock weapons and airstrikes to destroy your enemies. The game is really great, and the developers have released so much new content since it launched, so find some friends, drop onto different planets, and make Super Earth proud. You can pick this one up for $31.99, and if you're looking for more of Helldivers fix, go check out Plot Coalition and their newest video where they made a comedy Helldivers film. It is incredible, just really great stuff. I'll have a link to that in the description. For my game of the year in 2024 to my game of the year in 2025, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 will take over your life like it did mine this year. I put over 175 hours into it, and you would think that I'd be over it, but honestly, I'm chomping at the bit to do another playthrough. The lead character, Henry, is one of the best video game protagonists I've ever played as. While the combat can be challenging as you learn to fight better and acquire more powerful weapons and armors, you'll get the hang of it, I promise. It's not as bad as it seems at first. Seriously, this is the best game that I've ever played, and it can be yours for the price of $29.99. But maybe you've already played the second game, but never gave Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 a shot. That was me a few months ago. Well, now you can for $5.99, which is an absolute steal. I played this one for over 75 hours, and it's truly a gem of an RPG. The graphics aren't quite as good as the sequel, obviously, but they're fine for what they are. For an added bonus, if you have a Steam Deck, this game runs great on it. I played probably about 50 of the 75 hours I put into this on mine, casually knocking out side quests while sitting on the couch with the TV on in the background. So do yourself a favor, pick up both titles, and you'll be occupied well into the new year. If there's one game this year that took me away from Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, it was Ball Pit, a roguelike brick breaker that combines the best parts of roguelikes, getting new characters and power-ups for future runs, with a city building element that is as fun to play as the actual runs. You need to design your city to get the most resources in order to build buildings to power up your characters for their future runs. It's addictive, but also the perfect game to pick up and play for a couple of runs. But be careful. Sometimes those couple of runs turn into an entire night dedicated to breaking bricks. It's only $11.99, well worth the price. Seriously, I can't recommend this one enough. Slay the Spire 2 is in the works, but in the meantime, if you have $2.49 to spare, you can get what is widely considered one of the best roguelikes on the market. Slay the Spire is a roguelike deck builder. As you play, you buy new cards and upgrade older ones to become more powerful. As you level up your deck, each subsequent run becomes easier, and the feeling of being close to conquering each run keeps you coming back for more. This price is actually wild for the amount of content and replayability you get with Slay the Spire. Pick it up now so that you'll be ready for the sequel. Fallout 76 is probably the most approachable Fallout in the series. With the second season of the Amazon show, they've added the ghoul as an NPC that gives you bounty hunting requests. I know you might be tempted to get New Vegas, but it is a challenge to get that game to run well, so I think it's safest to suggest Fallout 76, plus as an added bonus you can play it with friends. It might not be the most popular Fallout title, and it certainly was maligned at launch, but it's come a long way, adding tons of new content. At $3.99, it feels like you're basically robbing Bethesda. Can't believe you do this, but, they priced it. I feel like Spider-Man 2 doesn't get the respect it deserves. The first in the series, PS4's Spider-Man, was a huge success and had a lot of hype surrounding it, as did the spin-off, Spider-Man Miles Morales. In this title, you play as Peter and Miles as you fight against Kraven the Hunter and Venom. It does all the things that you loved in the first game well, plus it adds more suits, attacks, and gadgets. If you liked the first game but haven't picked this one up, now's the perfect time. I played it around this time last year on the PS5 and it really sucked me in. I basically binged it for an entire week, and I loved it. For $47.99, it's really well priced for what you get. Battlefield 6 is the multiplayer shooter of the year, finally surpassing Call of Duty to reign supreme on the sales charts. Battlefield 6 returns to basics with a more grounded approach to combat that other shooters have strayed away from in the pursuit of microtransactions by way of operator skins. Battlefield 6 feels like a classic Battlefield game. The maps are large and the action chaotic. With 4 roles, you can find one which fits your playstyle. Maybe you want to be a medic who spends all of your time reviving falling teammates. Maybe you just want to keep the tank alive to continue your push towards victory. It's all up to you, and it's so much fun. Currently, you can pick it up for $48.99. Finally, I wanted to mention Clair Obscur Expedition 33 for $39.99. I can't recommend it based on my own experience because I haven't played it yet, but I'm comfortable including it on this list as it won 9 awards at the Game Awards. It's a French-made game in the style of a JRPG. It has turn-based combat, which some people don't like, but if you're a JRPG fan, it's likely that you're going to enjoy this one. So go ahead, pick it up, and see what all the hype's about. So that's my list. What games would you suggest that I didn't include? And what games have you picked up yourself? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. We have new videos like this coming out every single week. And check out our other channels, which include Those Fake Nerds for nerd and pop culture news, Wicked Good Sports for sports news, Better Radio, which hosts all of our podcasts, and our newest channel, History is Wicked, where we cover urban legends, cryptids, and weird history stories. Again, thank you so much for checking this one out, and I will see you in the next one.